China's economy is about to crash. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I said earlier before you arrived. It's very a lot of China in the news lately. Obviously, the Taiwan visit with Nancy Pelosi and everything, and now the Chinese economy always sounds so indestructible, or so they make it seem.
Yeah. They made a similar mistake that we didn't know it, and that's what their issue is right now.
Yeah. So
the details of what's going on is crazy. I think we can pull that up article now. They have the opposite issue we have. They have way too much housing and not enough demand. The demand's dropped there. And with the issue they were doing is they were building so fast that they were selling units that haven't been built yet. And now builders are just like, yeah, we're not building that now. But people have spent money, dropped money, and it's not going to be built now. This is what's led to fighting in the streets. The Chinese government sending in military to make sure to keep the peace at the banks. Yeah. It's not a good situation. And their scenario of how they do things are very different here. For example, here, your debt to income ratio to be able to purchase a house is 4.5 times, whatever your income is.
Yeah.
There, it makes 0 sense. It can be anywhere between 20 to 35 times your income.
Wow.
You can buy a house. So things are falling apart. And so the title of the Bloomberg article here is "No One Immune Amid China Property Turmoil." JP Morgan says Chinese developers may report a 30% year-on-year decline in first earnings due to this month, which will likely weigh on sentiment, according to JP Morgan Chase. No one is immune amid the industry turmoil, and investors' concerns about the liquidity of most private developers are set to linger. Analysts, including Carl Chan, wrote in a note Sunday as they downgrade developers, including CFI Holdings Group and KWG Group Holdings Limited. At least $90 billion has been wiped out in China's real estate stocks and dollar bonds this year, and a bursting housing bubble and intensifying tech crisis threaten to inflict even more pain. Pessimism has deepened after Beijing signaled that homeowners, not builders, will be the priority in the authorities' efforts to stabilize China's slumping housing market. So it's not good. And there was something. Can you scroll back up there for me, Philip? There's something that caught my eye. No one is immune. 30%. Go back down. At least $90 billion. Evergrande. We talked about this back in September.
Yeah.
So Evergrande was a building, or was a developer that went into serious amounts of debt and essentially went bankrupt. And we talked about them on an episode last September. And we're just like, we talked about on the show. We're just like, yeah, China will still bail them out. It'll be all fine. Here they are.
Yeah.
China government not doing much to save them. So that's crazy.
Yeah, they're just going to let them. Yeah, it's interesting to, have an issue with over housing. I mean, that's a unique problem to have,
especially in China,
today's climate,
of all places. They have so many more people than we do.
Exactly. That kind of doesn't even, that's hard to fathom.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you think this will crash the economy? I guess I don't know if it'll crash the economy. I don't know if China would ever let that happen, but
I don't think they have any choice. I think right now, economists are giving them 20 days until their economy crashes.
Really?
They have it down to the days now.
Wow.
Of how bad it's going to be.
So what do you think the implications on the Western world?
So the Western world, from my understanding, is we have a lot of American investors involved in the Chinese stock market, and real estate over there. And it's even has gotten so bad that there is Chinese stocks that have actually delisted off the American stock exchange because they won't allow the American government to look at their financials of what's actually going on. So they've voluntarily taken themselves off the stock exchange. The problem is we are so tied. Our economies are so tied because we go back to the politics of, happened in Canada, happened in the States, where we've shipped so much stuff over there in terms of manufacturing. Yeah. That we are so tied to China. As soon as they go down, it's going to affect us. I don't know how bad, but it's going to affect us. Yeah. And we are, and what this goes back to, everything's tied together, man. It's blow my mind. But this is what's going to happen is China's going to get so bad, they're going to go into a deep state of recession, possibly depression. Yeah. And there's going to be only one way to get out of it. Invade Taiwan.
Or so they're going to use
get the war machine. Yeah, get the war machine going, get the money flowing again, and start a war. So, yeah.
It's funny how governments just turn to war.
It's best policy, man.
Yeah, it appears to be for governments.
Yeah. Katie wasn't kidding. She's like, I have nothing to say on this.
I mean, I'm not an economist. and it's not exactly my area, but I will say I'm very pleased to just listen and just
Let's
take
go.
it all in.
You know what? I appreciate that.
All right. Come here, Dalton. Let's keep
Just
talking
us,
here.
dog.
Okay. No, it's it has caught my eye, and so I'm keeping an eye out. We will honestly, this is an ongoing thing. Those who are listening and watching, we're gonna do kind of an update on this on a weekly basis to kind of see what's going on, see if this whole prediction of 20 days is real or not. Because whatever happens there, it will affect us here and what's going on. So I think it'll be important to keep bringing you guys into the process on this one.
Absolutely.
Definitely very concerning for sure.